Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another STEAM activity. I am your STEAM instructor, Cheryl Span, with the Boys and Girls Club, and today I am here to introduce you to another STEAM activity. The STEAM activity we'll be doing today is called the elephant toothpaste, and it is just like a basic chemical reaction. We've been doing a couple things that shows chemical reaction, and this one here is another episode of that. Okay, the items that you will need today in order to do this project, you need a container, and today I'm using a baby bottle because that's all I had on hand. You're going to need some warm water, a cup of warm water. You're going to need a pack of yeast or a tablespoon of yeast. And yeast is something that you use to make bread with. In order to fix bread, if you're doing it homemade, you would use yeast. So we're going to be using that today. We're also going to be using hydrogen peroxide, and this here is 3%. You can use a higher percentage volume of it if you want a bigger reaction, but the only thing with that is if you use anything above 30%, it can irritate your skin and your eyes. So I suggest just using the 3% because it still does really well with the experiment. You would need some dish soap, a tablespoon of it. And you would also need another cup so that you can mix your yeast and your water together in a separate cup. And you would also need measuring spoons, so that way you would be able to get your 1 tablespoon. And something to stir with. And I'm using a craft stick because I don't have a spoon on hand, but anything to stir your water and yeast together is fine. And also something that you can clean up behind yourself with, okay? I suggest that you ask your parents permission or get them to help you with this because this is a chemical reaction experiment. And even though we're using 3% peroxide, it can still be dangerous, okay? Well, not very dangerous, but it can be because it is something that's a chemical reaction. And a chemical reaction is basically something that is hot to touch, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start off by taking our peroxide, and we're going to do, let's see, about a half of peroxide for this experiment. Okay. Alrighty. That's gonna be good for that. Okay, and after you do your peroxide, you're gonna take your tablespoon and get your Dawn dish soap and put in there, okay? And just pour your Dawn dish soap into it. Okay, now that you have your Dawn dish soap into your container, you're gonna get your other cup and you're gonna let's wipe this out because we're going to need this again. You're going to take and put 3 tablespoons of water into your yeast mixture. Okay? So we're going to take 3 of these and put into our yeast. 1, 2, and 3, and we'll sit that to the side. And then we're going to take something to stir it with and mix it up really, really good. And you can also use food color into this to make it whatever color you want. If you want red, blue, green, yellow, whatever the color you may want, you can take that food color and mix it with your soap water, your peroxide and soap, And when you put it in there with your peroxide and your soap, it will change colors for you, okay? I didn't have any food color on hand, and that's the reason why I'm not using it today. But you can also use that to make it a color. Okay. And just keep mixing until it's mixed up really good. Now, on the count of 3, we're going to get ready to pour this in. And when we get ready to pour this in, we're going to see what's going to happen, okay? All righty, you ready? 1, 2, and 3. There's your elephant toothpaste. It has foamed up really, really good. And be sure that you guys and girls make sure y'all put something down. If it's a towel or another bowl or whatever the case may be, put something down so this won't, mess up your parents' furniture or whatever. Because it, even though it's peroxide, it still is a chemical reaction, and it can cause the color to come off of the furniture or whatever. But that is really, really neat, and I really like it. And this here, you can touch it to feel it, the foam, because for one, it is not a high volume of peroxide, so it will not irritate your skin like it would if you were to use something that was a higher percentage of it. So the toothpaste reaction, it was filled with oxygen, and the yeast acted as a catalyst. Okay, what a catalyst is something where it speeds up the reaction of hydrogen peroxide, and it makes it go really, really fast. If you notice, when I poured the yeast and water mixture in here, it filled up real fast, and it came out of the baby bottle really, really fast, and it made lots and lots of bubbles. And you can see the little tiny bubbles in here if you're looking at it, but y'all probably can't see it, here. But that's what happened. It the yeast mixture reacted to the hydrogen peroxide, because it is an oxygen, and it caused it to come really, really fast up to the top of the bottle and splur out until it created this design here. And looking at it, you can see the really, really tiny bubbles, and some here you can see, little spots that have bubbles in it. But that is what we done to get the elephant toothpaste. And like I say, it turned out really, really well, and you can touch it. It just feels a little warm and kind of, fuzzy, funny looking, but you can touch it. This here, if you use the higher percentage, again, like I said, I wouldn't suggest touching it because it can irritate your skin. But if that is all you have with this project to do, and you have some elephant toothpaste, and I hope that you enjoyed this experiment today, and I will be back with another experiment with you. So stay tuned. Enjoy having fun making your elephant toothpaste, and I will see you soon. And again, my name is Cheryl Spann, the STEAM instructor at the Boys and Girls Club. Y'all have a good day.